Man, it's been 3 months since I blogged a theatrical movie. Makes me wish I could have blogged films like the recent Jungle Book remake, or Captain America 3, or even Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Because of that cell tumor that got reoperated in my leg, I missed out on 3 great films.
And now I have the perfect opportunity to catch up with this movie. Cue the logo. Hi there everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now today, we're going underwater again. However, we're not going to Atlantica or Maraway Cove this time. Today, we're going into the depths of the Pacific Ocean. But before we begin, let's talk about Pixar's hit from 2003, Finding Nemo. In this movie, Marlin is a clownfish who's overly cautious with his son Nemo, who has a foreshortened fin. When Nemo swims too close to the surface to prove himself, he is caught by a diver, and horrified Marlin must set out to find him. A blue reef fish named Dory, who has a really short memory, joins Marlin and complicates the encounters with sharks, jellyfish, and a host of ocean dangers. Meanwhile, Nemo, with some help from the tank gang, plots to escape from a dentist fish tank. So, this movie happens to be one of my childhood favorite Pixar films, next to Toy Story, The Incredibles, and WALL-E. It has wonderful animation for the fish and the underwater settings. The journey to Sydney, Australia was really thrilling, with all the obstacles Marlin and Dory had to face. And several of the characters I really enjoyed. My rating? 100%. Then, in 2007, the Disney Imagineers at Disneyland gave us Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Also, in 2009, Dory and Nemo were placed in the Australian/Hawaiian section of It's a Small World. But just last week, Pixar gave us a sequel to this underwater adventure. But the question is this: does it top the original, or is it just plainly washed out? Well, let's find out. Released on June 17th, 2016, the movie is Finding Dory. Now, as everyone knows, Dory is a wide-eyed blue tangfish who suffers from memory loss every 10 seconds or so. The one thing she can remember is that she somehow became separated from her parents as a child. With help from her friends, Nemo and Marlin, Dory embarks on an epic adventure to find them. Her journey brings her to the Marine Life Institute, a conservatory that houses diverse ocean species. Dory now knows that her family reunion will only happen if she can save Mom and Dad from captivity. So, my thoughts? I loved it! Truly a great movie. It was funny, adventurous, cute, and really heartwarming. But in order to explain why I like this film, let's move on to Mustang notes. Prior to work on Finding Dory, Disney had planned to make a Finding Nemo sequel without Pixar's involvement through Circle 7 Animation, a studio Disney announced in 2005 with the intention to make sequels to Pixar properties. However, in 2006, Circle 7 was shut down by Disney without ever having produced a film. In July 2012, it was reported that Andrew Stanton was developing a sequel to Finding Nemo, with Victoria Strauss writing the script and a release date scheduled for 2016. However, the same day the news of the potential sequel broke, Stanton posted a message on his personal Twitter calling into question the accuracy of these reports. The message said, Didn't you all learn from Chicken Little? Everyone calm down. Don't believe everything you read. In September 2012, it was confirmed by Stanton saying, what was immediately on the list was writing a second Carter movie. When that went away, everything slid up. I'll know I'll never be accused by more sarcastic people that it's a reaction to Carter not doing well, but only in its timing, but not in its conceit. Now, what are my thoughts on the animation? Well, it's Pixar animation, so no complaints here. Plus, it has improved big time since the first movie. The ocean looks really beautiful and clear. The fish characters move really smooth. And I like how they designed the Marine Institute in Morro Bay. Speaking of which, the Institute was based on a very similar real-life facility located in Monterey Bay, California, known as Monterey Bay Aquarium. I also find this movie to have a very interesting story, because while the movie is called Finding Dory, it's mostly about Dory finding her parents, whom she got separated from since she was a guppy. I also like that in this film, we get to find out more about Dory and where she came from before she bumped into Marlin in the first movie. Plus, there is one scene that I found really hilarious and really crazy. And that's when the Institute truck is being driven by an octopus while Dory is navigating. In fact, it almost makes me think of that driving scene from Toy Story 2. Another thing I should mention about this film is the song that plays during the end credits, called Unforgettable, sung by artist Saya. The same person who sang her cover of California Dreamin' from San Andreas last year. Now let's talk about the characters and their voice actors. Our main character, Dory, is voiced by comedian Ellen DeGeneres, who teamed up with Bill Nye in an Epcot attraction called Ellen's Energy Adventure. Now, Dory is my favorite character in the Nemo films. Despite her short-term memory loss, I feel like there is something very lovable about her, and very cute too. But sometimes I feel like she's not 100% forgetful. Next is Marlin, Nemo's father, voiced by Albert Brooks. Known for being in the Simpsons movie, the recent Little Prince movie, and the upcoming Secret Life of Pets movie next month. Now, even though he took a dangerous journey to find his son last time, Marlin is still overprotective, paranoid, and cautious. Next is Marlin's son, Nemo, a young clownfish with a lucky fin, voiced by Hayden Rollins. Now, I loved Nemo in the first film, and I love him in this film too, due to his bravery and love of adventures. Plus, I like that at some parts of this movie, where he gets through to his dad by reminding him what Dory would do in certain situations. Mr. Ray is voiced by Bob Peterson, known for being in several other Pixar films. Now, Mr. Ray is a spotted eagle ray who was Nemo's school teacher. However, here he's not in too much of the movie because he announced to his class that he'll be going on a little migration with other rays. Next we have Crush, voiced by director Andrew Stanton. Like Mr. Ray, he and his son Squirt aren't in too much of the movie. They are only seen on the EAC taking Marlin, Dory, and Nemo to Morro Bay. Now, our first new character is Hank, voiced by Ed O'Neill, who voiced Mr. Litwack in Disney's Wreck-It Ralph. Now, Hank is an ill-tempered East Pacific red octopus who previously lost a tentacle, causing Dory to call him a septopus. What I like about this guy is his ability to camouflage with everything around him, and I like that he keeps Dory safe in certain water containers as they go through the Institute. Next we have Destiny, voiced by Caitlin Olsen. Destiny is a nearsighted white shark and Dory's childhood friend. She and Dory talked through the pipes of the Institute when they were children and during this movie. Now, I like her. She's really bubbly and cute. Plus, she could be the answer to how Dory can talk to whales. Next is Bailey, a beluga whale voiced by Ty Burrell. Known for being in films like Mr. Peabody and Sherman and Muppets Most Wanted. And he'll be voicing in the upcoming Storks movie this fall. Now, Bailey temporarily lost his echolocation due to a certain concussion, but thanks to some encouragement from Destiny, he was able to get it back, and he does put it to some good use. Finally, we have Dory's parents, Jenny and Charlie, voiced by Diane Keaton and Eugene Levy. These two aren't in too much of the movie either, but to me, they are really sweet, and they're very good at giving advice to their daughter. Plus, they're grateful for that Marlin and Nemo have been taking care of her for almost about a year. The rest of the cast involves Idris Elba, Dominic West, Bill Hader, and Sigourney Weaver. Now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Finding Dory is a wonderful movie. Not only does this movie bring back memories from the first film, but it has a very heartwarming story, memorable and lovable old and new characters, and breathtaking animation. Plus, the humor in this film is really funny. However, the only downside of this film is that some of my favorite characters like Bruce, Nigel, and the Moonfish School are absent here. But anyway, if you get the chance to see this movie in theaters with your kids, then by all means, go see it now. You won't be disappointed. I give this film a full 100%. Well, that's it for today. Now, let's see what Pixar has in mind next. Oh boy. Well, I guess that the best thing to do is wait a while before we decide if it's going to suck or not. So, be sure to join me. Whoa! Computer, what's happening? So, they're back again, huh? Well, it looks like I'll have to get myself prepared. As for the rest of you at home, be sure to join me next month. Mustang Power!